What's going on, everybody? I got a special one for you today. I checked out one of Gloria's videos, and he played against a dude who was piloting this crazy, like, banish quickdraw combo thing. Had like Sark and Cyber Valley and Dimalk and Fader and all sorts of cool stuff with the Hidden Armory plant package, and I thought it was super cool, so I decided to adapt my own version. Made a couple changes, took out the Breed Dragon, because, I don't know, I'm increasingly, like, skeptical of that card as, like, a generic quick draw thing. I know it's really good in a lot of situations, and in, like, the standard build, I think you should always play it, but in a lot of, like, other, like, side builds or weird variants of quick draw, I think it's just a card that loses more to the things you already lose to, like DD Crow and Fossil Dyna and whatnot. So I've been opting to leave it out of a lot of these builds. Went with this. Caius is still insane though. You gotta play Caius and everything. Pretty much, it's like the poster boy of the format, if you will. But yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff going on here with the banish pile that I hopefully will get to show off in the replays. So let's jump in and see how the deck performed. All right, first one here we are up against. Which one was this? I played two of these. One was playing this machine deck. I think this guy's just playing Diva Hero. Yeah, okay. So he goes, I get turn one dust shooted, which my hand was already bad, okay? And now I've been turn one dust shooted, so since we're not doing anything this turn, we just grab the mark. Whatever. Opponent goes Trooper, but they can't really push because they know about the Tragodia. Here, they probably shouldn't have attacked here, I think, in hindsight, because they can out the Tragodia, but they have to commit like a ton of shit to do it. And the ton of shit that they commit like doesn't even put on any pressure because they don't get to attack with it this turn. So I don't know if that was the right play. Anyway, here this turn we gotta do something obviously. So we go for the quick draw play. They just Phoenix Wing my. You know what? They should have just waited for me to go drill, right? And then like when I try to tag out the drill, they just Phoenix Wing it or something. I don't know. Or Turbo Warrior try to beat over the Stardust and then they Phoenix Wing. I think that would have been better, but it was a slight misplay there for them. Obviously not too consequential. Maybe they just wanted to stack the quick draw to try and like be super aggro and make me dead draw. I could kind of see that. But obviously drawing quick draw here isn't bad. Like I'm gonna get to tribute the Stardust and then just make a drill, And I think the drill gets solemned, so that's another like super important power card out of the way, and they're getting low on life. They top deck Gores after they've set RFDD, which is kind of rough. I sort of helped them out here by storming them actually in hindsight, because they're going to be able to resolve the scores. But I'm pretty confident I can kill them unless they draw a back row that can stop me. Which they actually do draw a back row, but I forget. I don't think it was anything that could stop me. Yeah, it was Torrential. So I was like, if I go for this with Armory, I can play around Bottomless and Torrential. So I go for the Hidden Armory play and just try to attack for game, and it does work out for me. So a little bit unfortunate break for the opponent there. Game number 2. They just draw a really crap hand. They shouldn't have been siding into this like Crow Soul Release. Maybe Crow. Like they didn't know I wasn't on Avarice or Debris or anything, so I could like understand why they would have brought that in. It is a bad card to bring in, but I understand why. But what is this card? This card is just bad. I don't know. I don't get the Soul Release card. People just shouldn't side it, honestly, nearly as much as they do. Maybe in like Fairies against Frogs, I can kind of see it, but otherwise I think the card's pretty worthless relative to DD Crow. Because DD Crow is like a hand trap. Like, people don't even understand how valuable it is that it's a hand trap in Edison format. Like, that's just so inherently powerful. But I'm rambling here. Back to the actual game. I just like he gets rid of my monsters, which is kind of awkward. But the drill is just still in rotation, still beating over his stuff. And I do mill monsters, so I'm gonna tag him out and get more value out of him next turn. Anyway, he sets 2, which is a little weird. He has the Gores. Did he set those 2? He set those 2 after he drew the Gores, right? Am I the only one weirded out about this? But anyway, we go for this. I figured we can play into Torrential and Mirror, because the drill's sort of done its job at this point. It's like traded with cards. And we're not going to get too much more value out of it now that the Dandy's out of our graveyard. We can get it back later, but yeah, I'm okay sacrificing it here. Here I go for Titanium. Figure if it's bottomless, we can just get it back with the DDR, and that would be really good. Opponent has to make a kind of awkward trade and then follow up with Miracle Fusion. We have the Mirror, though, to stop it. So things going very well. We go for the DDR into the drill, and I mean, this is pretty much a one game at this point. We have we're whittling them so low, and we have the Caius and the drill and whatnot, so opponent's basically dead. We poke and then Caius for game, so yeah, game over. Alright, match number 2, up against, I think it was Zombies. I probably lost RPS again because I've been losing RPS all day. Oh no, I won. Okay. Well, that's nice. We are going to get Dust Shoot at some point, which kind of sucks. Game number 1, we open pretty good. We go for the Caius over the Dandy. Nice play. Set the MST. All good. He could have Dust Shoot Gores to me there, which I probably would have done. I'm not saying it's objectively correct, but here I should have... it's weird. I like almost MST'd before he made Stardust, but I got super punished because it was a Dust Shoot, so maybe it was actually the right play to hold it here. Yeah. If I had been like anything except super conservative with this MST, I'd have just straight up lost the game to that Pro Set turn 1 Dust Shoot. But we are going to get Dust Shooted, which isn't good, but we have a lot of options here with the Cyber Valley and stuff, so we're going to draw cards and get rid of his Stardust and then make drills. That was a really big turn for us. And we're going to remove drill and set the mirror. So yeah, very nice. Couple of positives. The opponent's on Morphing Jar of all things, which is absolutely wild tech. Here we're in a pretty good spot. We're going to hit over, then resolve Cyber Valley. I think I missed game here, actually. Yeah, I did math wrong, and I thought that Turbo plus Drill was not lethal, but it was actually exact lethal. So a little bit of a screw up there. Here we're going to go remove the Drill, make Caius attack. The face down ends up being RFTD, but we have Battle Fader, so it's kind of all good. Maybe I should have set Torrential, but I mean, they were going to get the Stardust off the RFTD anyway, but it's just like we win no matter what because we have multiple faders. There's no way they kill us. Game 2, we open up a pretty garbage hand, not going to lie. I end up just searching the mark and passing. The opponent has 2 crows in their hand, so they brought in some hate. Crow not necessarily that good, I guess, because it only really interacts with Shell, I think. This ends up being a long-ass game, though. He hits over my Fader. Honestly, okay, yeah, he's playing the Psychic version. I didn't figure out. I was afraid of, like, a Diva normal summon just randomly killing me. Here, we're going to go for a Quickdraw play. This was probably a bit too aggressive. I figured I was safe from everything because of Decree, but he does actually have Book of Boon. Just going to stop my play. A little unfortunate. He does have to commit a bit to out the tokens, which he's going to do. He ends up getting very greedy and using the mind control here and just making Brionac and passing or something. Yeah. I think he just makes Brionac. Does he bounce my... He even bounces my quick draw. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he kind of put me back in the game with that play, not going to lie. I don't know. Maybe I would have just, like, synced with the Goblin main 2, probably, and gotten a search and then, like, sat on that. Ending on Brio against this deck with, like, 15 ways of stealing your guy is probably a little bit dangerous. But I would go for Shell. It gets crowed, of course, which is a bit rough. So we end up attacking, and we hit into Trag, which is also a bit rough. So we kind of have to get rid of everything here. I should have maybe just tributed over for the quick draw, because he actually doesn't have an immediate way of getting rid of it in his hand, hilariously. But he does draw into it. He would have hit over it anyway, okay. He mills a Dandy, which is very bad luck. He goes for the call, but I have the Decree, but he has the Power Well to get over one of my tokens. He goes back into Brionac, get the Mizuki, bounce my other token, so pretty good for him here. I agree with the way he did it this turn. Here, this sucks, because I could have, like, well, through Trag, we're, like, never winning this game, honestly. But I could have at least forced the Trag. Here we just have to get Fader to try and live, though, which I decided to wait, which is kind of greedy, because if he top decks Kai, so I'm going to die to the burn damage, but I'm like, I want to, like, try and draw something else to make a play with, which I do find. So we go for this. We try to pay 5 again, but he's got the Crow again, which kind of sucks. But again, we're not able to win through the Tragodia either way, so it's pretty much a lost game. And yeah, he top decks the Kais and kills us, so very intense game number 2. Very back and forth. A lot of stuff happening. Very long game. Game 3, I draw such a bad hand that I rage quit. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much the story there. I'm like, all right, I see no reason to play this one out. It's so, but maybe I should have for the fans. I'm sorry that I didn't, but like, look at this monstrosity. All right, anyway, cool games, cool opponents. All in all, pretty good video. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to like, subscribe, become a member if that's something you're interested in, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.